it do, people? What it do? It's your boy Chaos. You already know it's just our opinion podcast. Saturday night, broadcasting live and direct in Odessa, Texas. Odessa. That's like a. What you think about that beat there, bro?
Which one?
Oh shit! Oh, you listening to something in the background? I thought the beat that was coming on.
Oh no, my bad.
Yeah, what you jamming, man?
That's that little Webby crank it up, baby.
Oh,
For gangster, armed and dangerous, bro. They telling me commercial my flow, but Bun B said no. Yeah.
That shit. Yeah. Uh-oh, we're freezing up. Goddamn.
Say it's freezing up.
Hope that ain't me. Let me see. Boy. Oh, there we go. I'm probably re-edit some shit.
Stop playing, man. I hope these little niggas ready. I heard the streets steady yelling for Webby. I'm telling you niggas, stop playing. You niggas better get on your shit and get you some bricks to get you a hit. Get serious, cause I'm saying the savage work too hard for this. I'm gonna get to the top of the list regardless. What they been? Oh,
really, dude?
Oh.
So you the older version. Go ahead and you be the older version of Lil Boosie bag. I would say bag ass.
Yeah. Could be getting bag. You never know what's going on nowadays around here, bro.
Man, what? You already know. Shout out to Call Me Kinfolk, but ever since I started watching, brother, I don't even know what to expect. I don't put nothing past nothing no goddamn more.
Man, that man been blowing up so many scenes on. I'm talking about. He been in the crate. He been in the crate digging. That man went back to the Leah grad at. Then when he hit me with the crazy thing was I asked about the Marvin Gaye. I really want to know what really happened with that. Man, when I found out, bruh, I was so hurt. Dad was actually in it, like you said, but he knew, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, a lot of these things that we see in society, we think that is what they say it is, but it's not. It's a whole nother get down. And it hurts like hell because after all these years, you really believed in Santa Claus. And then when you found out Santa Claus wasn't real, it was downhill from there. You were like, God damn. Now I realize my mama was the one that bought me the goddamn Christmas gift.
I mean, they lied to us twice. Think about it. First they told us, it was a Santa Claus. Then they told us, no, it wasn't that. Then, I guess we had to take something. They said, no, they had a song come out. Santa Claus is a black man. Gotta find it. There ain't no damn Santa.
No, ain't no Santa Claus at all, my bro. But that was the whole complex of they was trying to make everybody, make the black kids feel this is important as the white kid. But the thing was, if you gonna do it like that, you should have had the Santa Claus as a black man, as the father and the mother, you know what I'm saying? Because them the ones that were really buying the gift. Why you gotta put it off on somebody that's not even in existence, and then you don't really know the history of Santa Claus, you know what I'm saying?
They definitely don't. So if I was to tell them exactly what we're really shaking, folks be like, no, they'll just blow it off and keep doing it anyway. We know what we live in.
Yeah, they gonna call you a conspiracy theory.
I already know exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna blow all that off.
Oh yeah. The truth hurt the shit out of a motherfucker, boy. I'm telling you. It'll hurt the hell out of it.
I gotta play that later though.
Huh?
I said I'm gonna have to play that jam later on tonight. You know what I'm saying? True hurts, the old girl that was with Dre them back in the day.
Oh yeah, the one that got fucked up about this sample.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dre thought that shit was sweet. Goddamn, he was gonna make all that money off that sample, and we're gonna give up no dividends. Dre, you should know. Come on, bro. Much as we
No,
listen to your music and you making all that money, making them beats and stuff, you could have some money sought to the side for that whole little get down. But Dre
they
like
could have.
They were like, no, they ain't gonna be bothered by it. But that song made a lot of money.
That it did.
But anyway,
That
we're
it
gonna
did.
let's go ahead and get started with the topic of tonight. Black women are basically parading this single parent, single mother persona. Black women praising the single parent life. Black girl magic. Black women can't stand Jason Whitlock. In the news. Well, what's your stands on the single black women basically praising themselves and not needing a man?
Hey, now, I mean, here's my thing about it. Self-reflection, I believe everybody needs to do first and foremost, because I believe we get that together, then we'll go ahead and get this answer for this, you know what I'm saying, situation that we got on. Because we're not going to be able to get through to a time frame on Earth whereas the entire planet is under feminism. So they have the upper hand. So it's like
Right.
you talking to, you know what I'm saying, your boss man saying, this how it's going to go. Boss man like, no, it ain't going to go that way. This how it's going to go unless you want to stay in bound with what I got going on. So it's a power shift, whereas
Yeah.
it don't matter. What we got right now is how they really feel about it. It's just going to be our opinions.
My damn, you cutting out on my end, but I know it's playing on the other outside end.
What we got right now is how they really feel about it. It's just gonna be.
I just don't want the volume to go up too high. Where it'll be a overkill because it's a delay. But yeah, my thing is single black parents. I mean, single black women basically is like taboo to me right now. It has always been like taboo. It's always been like taboo because they the only race on the planet that's basically praising being by themselves, raising their kids by themselves. And that's not a good look because as you can see, our society is getting drowned in, like my name, chaos. It's getting drowned in chaos right now. And what I mean getting drowned in chaos, these young men don't know which way to go. They don't know which way is up, which way is down, sideways, or whatnot. They just out here doing shit. And they out here doing shit because there's no repercussions, there's no accountability being put in place. They got no kind of leadership and no kind of manly manhood that's basically showing them how to be men. So they're basically going off the template of their mothers. And that's the reason why the young men, because a lot of the young men, they're not trying to hear the truth about anything. They're not trying to even respect their elders or respect themselves because they don't know how.
Mm.
They only know what they were raised to know coming from a mother. And see, the thing is like what I was saying about Jason Whitlock, which I'm gonna get into, you know what I'm saying? Jason Whitlock basically was just saying, like, he wasn't trying to diss Tyree Nichols' parents, I mean mother or whatever the case may be, or the chief of police of Memphis. He was just saying that these young men are out here doing crazy shit is because there's nobody basically showing them the way down to the promised land as young men supposed to act, how to respect themselves and others. Because it's not destined for a black woman to basically raise her kids by herself. And she knows that. And she should know that. If she don't know it, she should know it. Because it shouldn't be to the point where she had to be screaming at the top of her lungs to her son to do right or wrong. from doing right or wrong. Because it should be to the point where when he fuck up, all she gotta do is say, when your daddy get home from work, I'm gonna have him to deal with your ass because I ain't got time right now.
Yeah, but
Or
see
she
that
probably just
time
go ahead and
over.
deal with him and then yeah, yeah, of course, because like you said earlier, they put in place. Hey, you don't need this dude now. What the hell can he do with? What the hell can he do for you? What the hell can he do for you besides give you DICK? He don't got no. He don't own no businesses. He ain't got no kind of economic defect as far as building anything for y'all to have anything. So what the hell do you need a black man for? Besides his dick. So you gonna have these situations going down to where, black women sit around just say, you know what? They are absolutely right. What the hell do I need that nigga for? Because every time I look around, he's always talking about, I'm out here looking for a job and I can't find a job. I don't know how he can't find a job. All these jobs just hiring around here. Just because they're hiring, that don't mean that he's gonna be qualified for the job.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I remember back in the day, I heard an old head back in the days, back in here a long time ago said that they used to have the paper bag test. You ever heard about that, bro?
Yeah.
According,
Put you up to
according to your skin tone.
Skin tone up on the bag, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be lighter than the paper bag.
If you ain't light in that paper bag, goddamn it, you got a chance to get the job. But if your ass the same color that paper bag or darker, you consider a threat. We don't need your ass. We don't need you over here. you basically a failure.
Oh boy, that's true.
That's crazy. But that's how they did us back then.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel what Jason Whitlock was coming to, but my thing is, if you educate, you already know what's going on in the damn country. You know, it's a system that got in place that they still catering to. That's why they act the way they act. So I wouldn't want to talk to the, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't want to talk to, you know what I'm saying, the outcome or something when I know the sources, what I need to be addressed. The sources, you know what I'm saying, the system of feminism, the system of racism, the system of white supremacy. That's what needs to be getting got it. Because you tackle the machine down there, the thing about it, after the head gets killed, the body dies.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, when we all, that's why I'm be thinking about, that's why I don't be tuning into it no more. Like, they ain't talking about nothing, man. Because like I say, if we don't get woke up to the fact, know what's going on, there's a system at play that we keep, you know what I'm saying, that keeps continuing to so-called educate our people in a way of going about doing things, then that's what the problem is. Because see, we're people that's going on, well, what's society doing? What's the fashion? What's the style? What are they talking about? This is what we're gonna go with this. And so if the machines keep putting out evil things of doing it, evil ways of being, that's how we're gonna keep going with it. So that's got to get, you know what I'm saying, control. But since ain't nobody talking about that, I ain't heard, you know what I'm saying, Shannon Sharp talking about it. I ain't heard, you know what I'm saying, Skip Bayless talking about it. I ain't heard, you know what I'm saying, what's the fella, you know what I'm saying, Stephen A. Smith talk about it. Any folks that got a microphone, I ain't never heard them address, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. And let's get them and rally the people. Let's meet up at such and such and such, you know what I'm saying, and march on what's that and third. That's not the case. It's gonna always be, you know what I'm saying, a nice outlandish type, you know what I'm saying, concert, whereas, you know what I'm saying, it was just about them getting a few dollars in and talking to some folks and just getting you aroused in spirit, but ain't no action behind it. Nah, man. That's why I say the whole thing about everybody talking about, you know what I'm saying, this is what we got to do. I'm like, now, when we start talking about we as a people need to get this system out of play, then I'm like, yeah, I know what time it is. But right now, police killings, they thought they see that we caught on to that, but so they changed up the cops and made them our color. Think about it, where it's ritualistic here anyway, people. All fraternities, sororities, undercover have to play your card. It's your time to give up your. It's what they call pay and due.
That is true. Well, I got the video queued up.
Go
Um,
ahead.
I'm gonna, he gonna tell you what how it started and reason why they feeling some type of way about him and how it got started. But it was something dealing with him going on the Tucker dude's show, and people basically took Eve at the shit. But here we go.
So, sorry, I refuse to follow the script. The script for Black influencers demanded that the Tyree Nichols tragedy be laid at the feet of so-called white supremacy. 5 Black cops beat a 150-pound Black man to death, and the script called for more mass shaming of white people and insinuations that policing should be outlawed. Had I followed the script, I wouldn't be embroiled in controversy. Public enemy number one of Black Twitter, Sierra, and all the other blue check virtue signalers. In fact, had I dishonestly blamed systemic institutionalized racism for Nichols' death, I would be the toast of Twitter, drowning in retweets, likes, and applause. I would be high as a kite on dopamine and swimming in interview requests. But that's not what I did when I appeared on Tucker Carlson's cable news show Friday night. I didn't lie. I didn't concoct some fantasy narrative where 5 Black cops shouted, "This is MAGA country," before attacking Tyree Nichols. I blamed the 5 cops for their criminal behavior and predicted that a predominantly Black jury will find them guilty of second-degree murder. I then criticized CNN and other media outlets for hyping the release of the body camera footage like it was Al Capone's secret vault and using the video to distract from America's escalating involvement in the Ukraine-Russia conflict. And when surprisingly given an opportunity to provide an additional thought, I argued that the 5 police officers mimicked gang behavior and that the whole sad event is a byproduct of communities overrun with matriarchal values and controlled by single Black mothers. I said that the conversation we should be having in reaction to Tyree Nichols centered on the cost of destroying the Black family. That's what I wrote down. That's my paraphrase, having given it a bunch of thought. That's what I tried to convey in the final 60 seconds of an unscripted 4-minute TV segment. YouTube has now classified my remarks as inappropriate and offensive. I want you to judge for yourself. Let's watch my comments in full here. Everyone's behaving inappropriately, including these 5 Memphis police officers. It's an open and shut case. The camera from above captures the police doing something totally illegal. The second-degree murder charges are warranted. This is going to be a revisitation of the Walter Scott, the guy that got shot on camera by a cop in the back. He got convicted, went to prison. It's an open and shut case. This is too. I don't get what people are protesting about. These are 5 Black officers. The victim is Black. The police chief is Black. The police have been fired and charged, and they will be convicted, I would assume, by a predominantly Black jury in a city that's 65% Black. So the system is going to work here. What the other system that's working is the corporate media's insistence on promoting racial division at the behest, in my view, of the military-industrial complex. They want us all looking at this and not looking at what they're doing in Ukraine as they drag America and the world in 3. This is a distraction, in my opinion. CNN hyped this video like they were hyping the Super Bowl. And there's really only 60 seconds of relevant content. You show the police misconduct from overhead as they brutalize this man and make it clear this is an open and shut case and the guys are going to be convicted, and we move on. They treated this like a Super Bowl, enraging people, promoting the violence, and this is the most important story in the history of the planet. It's not. What's going on in Ukraine and our military involvement in Ukraine, That's the most important story going on in the world, but
Yes,
they don't
that's right.
want you focused on that.
That is such a good point. And you've been in the news business all your life, 35 years or something. I felt guilty putting that video on the screen, not because I was on anyone's side. I felt obviously bad about it. It was horrible. But because you don't want to put ugly things on TV and inflame passions. You want people to be reasonable and think things through and reach wise decisions. Why would news organizations, they really want to make people enraged, clearly.
They don't want us focused on reality. Hey, if they want us to devote an hour of coverage to this and weekend coverage of this, and they want to take us to a good place, I would examine the racial element of this, because there is a racial element. And this is a story about young black men and their inability to treat each other in a humane way. Everybody involved in this on the street level was either 24 to 32 years old. Everybody. It was a group of young black men, 5-on-1. Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected or put some black woman in charge of the police force. And we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers. If we want to discuss the breakdown of family that leads to disrespect for authority, that causes you to resist the police and run from the police and not comply with the police because you resist authority at all time, because there was no male authority in your home, let's have that discussion. But that's not where they want to take us. They want to take us down the path of saying, you know what, this is Tucker Carlson's fault. This is some random this is Donald Trump's fault. It's not. It's the breakdown of family and the buying in to all these left-wing things that have nothing to do with promoting family. That is the first time I've rewatched that clip. Everything that I said previously was based off memory, because again, a lot of times you go on these shows and you just start talking and you don't know where the conversation is going to go. You don't know what the questions are. And literally, when I got up out of that chair and left the studio, I didn't think I had said anything remotely controversial. I certainly didn't say anything that we don't talk about on this show constantly. That is my brand. That is what I spend all of my time talking about. Hey, are we out of line here? Is our family destruction, is that causing all of these pathologies that are hurting us? The only thing I would take back, and again, I'm just talking in the moment, I wasn't even expecting to get a second bite at the apple to say anything. The only thing I would change a bit, a tiny bit, is creating the impression that I was talking about Cyril Davis, the police chief, as if she was some single mama. I was trying to make a bigger, broader point about unparented young black men in these inner cities and America thinking, hey, let's put some black woman in charge. She's going to correct it. That's what we have going on in all of these major urban cities where the illegitimacy rate, the marriage rate, the illegitimacy rate's at an astronomical high and the marriage rate is at an astronomical low. And women are in charge. We've fallen in love with the matriarchy. And it's created the kind of chaos where black men are at each other's throats at every opportunity. So it's impossible to analyze a situation as complex as Tyre Nichols' tragedy in 4 minutes. What you try to do is spark a deeper conversation by saying something that will cut through all the garbage being spewed on social media and or promoted on ratings-hungry television networks.
All right, we're back. Bro, what you think about what Mr. Whitlock said?
That man does a lot of twisted stuff, bro.
What you mean?
When he was on there talking to the white guy, he told white Americans stuff that you do, you know what I'm saying, the history of you doing stuff like that and the way it affects it ain't got nothing to do with you. It has all the stuff to do with them. Because that's who they're working with. Big brother. Where they learned the shit that, you know what I'm saying, beat down other brothers from. The white folks that was on the squad with them. Who also they thought, you know what I'm saying, they'd better get away with it. So they saw the other white folks get away with they caught. So now don't try to dismiss that. That's the first damn. And you on that, that's why I see now, that's why the white person brought you on, because they knew you was gonna spew this bullshit out there for him. That's why you on the show. Because see, when it cuts back to him on his show, now he's trying to clean the shit up.
Yeah, try to turn it around. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like
But,
I say,
you know,
now I'm done with no shorts, no losses, homie.
But you know what? Like we talked about before, I told you I don't put nothing past shit anymore. Because, like I said, shout out to bro, call me Kim, folks. He laid down the line on that gematria shit, and all this shit is coming to the motherfucking light as we speak. All this stuff that I was thinking was, you know, I'm like, okay, this person, that person, everybody, this and that and other, everything's hunky dory, everything's all good. No, it ain't. This shit is scripted, homie. All this shit is scripted. Shakespeare didn't say this shit as a little quote that we use. The world is a stage and everybody is an actor. He didn't just say that the shit because it sounded good, because it's the truth. We're a bunch of goddamn puppets, just like you say, the Muppet Show. We're a bunch of motherfuckers just sitting around there cackling off of whatever the fuck they say is the truth and the lie.
Boy, I tell you, bro.
Straight like that. That's the reason why I said earlier to you, man, we don't have time for the fuck shit. You know, because either you down with me or you against me. And if you're against me, that's fine. Only thing I'm gonna do is just stay the fuck away from you. That way, that I won't put no hurting on your ass, because I know how I get down. Because my motherfucking mindset right now is on militarized, you know what I'm talking about. But I ain't gonna go because I don't want to get flagged for what I want to say. But because I already seen, even when I was on that brother's page, Jason Whitlock, he was right. They did block his contents. Because when he was talking about single black women and saying the stuff that he was saying, they reported his goddamn content.
Man,
this is the society that we are living in, bro, where you got to say certain things in certain ways to get your point across.
See, that's the whole thing, man. I mean, my thing is, you know what I'm saying, before we even got the, you know what I'm saying, the freedom to do stuff right here, they came up with their own constitution saying had the freedom of speech wrote into the articles. The 10th Amendment, the freedom of speech, you know what I'm saying, I have a right to say what I need to say, and I can say it. That's what they said their law was. So how is it now we're full forward now that we get out here, now we got to tiptoe and talk about things?
Well, they said the police department was designed for all criminals, not just black people. But but how was it created? Where did it come from? It came from the overseer. Remember that song? That's the sound of the police by BDP. KRS-One, shout out. When he say, overseer, officer. But that's where it came from. Yeah. And it was designed right after Lincoln basically so-called freed the slaves.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, if we were still slaves, they wouldn't have no police department. Because they feel like niggas is in their right state of mind not to do no fuck shit. They ain't going nowhere. They gonna leave the plantation. But now you free as a bird. Now we got to put some people in place to keep an eye out on you, everything that you do in your life. But they want to flip it around, talking about, no, we did, the police departments came because people were coming from all over the country coming to America, and so we had to police everything. Get the fuck out. I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all know why y'all made police departments. You had to oversee the black man because he was free. and you didn't want to you didn't want to give him shit, so you basically wanted to lock him up for any and every damn thing just because he didn't want to be a slave no more. You locked him up and he stole a piece of bubble gum. You wouldn't have to do all that. You just give him what it was deserved of him. Did he help build this country? Oh yes, he did. But you don't want to give him no slack behind that, because you was like, I was so used to sitting on my flat ass doing nothing while my slaves was in the field cutting up the cotton and chopping up the cotton and what that shit to make cigarettes,
tobacco,
yeah. You was tilling the ground for us. All I had to do was just sit on my porch and drink country time lemonade and look and say, "Ooh, look at my niggas out there working."
They say, look at the money that I'm gonna be making. They ain't caring nothing about the food dropping off out that way. They like, look at the money that's gonna be made off the cotton, the tobacco, the sugar cane, shit like that.
Exactly. But so when you sit up there and when they got mad with Abraham Lincoln, told them, like, what I'm saying, y'all, they ain't gotta be with goddamn more. They're like, what the fuck you done told these motherfuckers they can leave? Oh, we finna get you up out of here, player.
Now here's the thing. What folks don't understand about that was the Union, aka the North, only did that because the thing about was the South was out, economic, outdoing as far as money worldwide. And they knew at that time frame, that as far as trying to tax them, the South was like, no, this is, our only type of economy, it's not industrialized like yours, it's ours, it's farming. We're agriculture. So what are you talking about? We ain't got to pay that, no extra because we making more money than y'all. But that's what it was all about. And so Lincoln and the rest of the gang found out, well, the way we got to stop the engine, we got to take the workforce out. We got to free them, folks. We got to free them. That's how we're going to break their back. So when the South heard that, the South said, okay, well, we're going to break away from you motherfuckers, which they said they're going to secede. So now you got the Confederate States of America being formed. But guess what, though? Black man still wasn't looked after nowhere in. He wasn't cared about nothing. He wasn't talking to him. Then now that we done freed you, going to set you up. You know what I'm saying? What he tells me? We need you to fight for us right now because it's been kicked off a war. So basically, we're going to put Operation Darky on the front line now.
Mm-hmm.
Getting blown away on the front line for these no good folks. And my thing is, we still holding on to a system that, I got to be like the Joneses because that's where they come from.
Yeah. And we acting more like them more every day now. We don't even want to be like
who our women want to be like most? They want to be like the Kardashians, bro.
Oh yeah. That's the reason why that's why I took issues with Sierra. That was the other broad that was on that show too, bro. Sierra the singer. It was her, Vivica A. Fox, Lisa Ray, and Selena Johnson. They all up there just banging on motherfucking on Jason Whitlock ass. You know what I'm saying? But all these heifers got hair, hat, and eyelashes on.
Like I said, it's all jacked up. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting on everybody to say we going after the system now. That's when I'm gonna start paying attention. But right now, all I'm hearing is back and forth. But like y'all still working the system they got for it. Keep getting at each other. Keep on.
Yeah. You ain't trying to change shit. You enjoy being where you are. But
like I said,
at the same time, your family is suffering. Because just because you get in the bag, as you say, that don't mean your family's getting the bag. Your family's suffering, and you should want your family to be on point, just like you on point.
No, that ain't the way the world works no more.
Well, working with all these other race of people on the planet.
That is. It's selfish going on everywhere.
Look at Habib. Look at Habib. He done brought his family over here from Armenia and Afghanistan and Iraq. He came over here. They came over here with nothing. and got a whole lot of something within a couple of days.
But it's always been set up for us to be under. Like I said, that goes into a whole nother spiel on things, though. But
yeah, and we've been on here all day, every day, and we can't even barely get a credit card. Barely get a goddamn credit card. a student loan.
I'm thinking about stuff like, you know what I'm saying, when back in, going back 50s on back, you know what I'm saying, our families and stuff like that, my neighborhoods together, I mean, they stuck close with each other during the most horrible times. I'm like, okay, we got horrible times now, but we ain't sticking together. I'm like, see, you can't tell there's been a system there because it's going to erase that part. It's going to definitely erase that part. And ain't nobody putting their finger there. We ain't talking about, see, that's what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody talking about the real deal stuff. Ain't dismissing Jack, because all of us fight. It all plays a part to this, what's going on right now. And I think it ain't nobody trying to do it. They just want to say this. And I mean, us fighting amongst each other, bro. Nah, I can't do his job for him no more. Because like I said, I don't wear cape. I got a panther on my shirt. That was my first one I put on. So it's not going to ever go down with me fighting with my folks or any type of way. But I got to get along. I do understand from a people's standpoint, we all dysfunctions from standpoint. But at the same time, I ain't kill my people. And I got to love it. So I got to give you two on certain things. There ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying, that I can't brush off the shoulder, or, you know what I'm saying, then, you know what I'm saying, but I don't think I'll ever get to that point, because like I said, I had that run through the, and with that, knowing that I won't be able to talk to you or converse with you if this happens, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't got enough pride for all that no more. So like I say, I had my cousin, you know what I'm saying, I had just got to meet him. He used to hang with my brother that I did Lowe's also. But this cousin, you know what I'm saying, was on my mom's side, first cousin. I didn't even get to meet him because he was younger.
Right.
He gave me a call out the blue on November 30th last year. And that was my first time talking to him, blood relative. So I'm like, yeah, man, we got to chop it up and talk like that. He telling me about Barry, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's chilling with him all the time. I didn't even know they even happened. But he gave me to what's going on. And then he tell me about the rest of the club. He said, yes, a lot of us other way. I'm going to have to do. He said, they're going to go crazy to find out who you are. November 23rd, he ends up, you know what I'm saying, getting killed in the car.
Damn. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah. Damn.
I mean, say December
all over again.
Yeah, like I said, I meant to say December 23rd. He called me November 30th. December 23rd, he was gone. So my whole thing is like, nah, I ain't got enough pride in me, you know what I'm saying, talking about that like that. If I'm feeling you and anything else, and I do have an issue, I'm going to bring it up. You know what I'm saying? Just let you know what I'm saying? No, this is how I feel about it, because I'm not going to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? And then once this hammer, thing about it is I want to get back to building. I want to get back to building. That's how it's got to go, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all we got now that's left that's pure and untouched at the time frame. It's being it. Other than that, it's all they trying to get that too, dog. Don't let them have everything. My people don't let them have everything.
Yeah. Bro, I got another video that I want to share about single women. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the sister Kendra Davis, you know what I'm saying, from the Crimson Cure. She did a video on black women, black mothers are failures in the community. Check this out. Hold on a second. Damn. Hold on a second. Now this shit right here was crazy, man. Hold on just a second.
I am going to share my screen really quickly. I'm gonna let the video run twice for you guys, and just we're gonna cook this. Okay, here we go.
That's funny. Okay, do this. Mm-hmm. Ah, you look sickening, darling. You want to see it? Mm-hmm. Okay, look at yourself. Oh my days. I can get inside. It looks pretty there. Thank you, Jessie. You're welcome. Do you like it? Okay, cool. But yeah, continue. That's funny. Okay, do this. Mm-hmm. You look sickening, darling. Do you want to see it? Okay, look at yourself. Oh my days. I can get inside. It looks pretty there. Thank you, Jessie. You're welcome. Do you like it? Okay, cool. But yeah, continue.
So I'm going to stop sharing that. Problematic. All the way around, that's problematic. First of all, this is a young boy. It's a young little boy. Let's absorb that for a moment. She's sitting there putting a full face of makeup, badly, I might add, on a little boy. She's making the face of her young son like a girl. Okay? Before we get into the many issues that this displays, first we have to note the emotional immaturity here. She's doing the very same thing that a 5 to 8-year-old little girl would be doing with her baby dolls, okay? Or would be doing to her sibling, her younger sibling. You got a 7-year-old that's doing it to a 3-year-old or something, okay? A little bitty girl might end up trying to play in some makeup because she's a little girl and she's playing in makeup because she's a kid and she wants to play in makeup. Playing in makeup just to see playing in makeup just because, right? That's something little girls typically do. Little girls typically do this. Little girls typically do this. Not grown women. This is supposedly a grown woman that has way too much time on her hands to be playing in makeup with what we presume to be her son, and the bed ain't even made in the back. The background, the bed is not even made. Have anybody even washed their face and brushed their teeth at this point? If the bed ain't made, that's something you do when you get up in the morning. Before you get your day started, you make your bed. Bed nasty all day, bed just unmade all day, and you got time to be sitting on the floor next to the unmade bed, making your child face up like a girl badly. Just playing it. What are you doing all that? What's wrong with you? The child is not her toy, but single mothers like to believe that their child is a toy. Too many times these single mothers believe that the children that they birth are just playthings, and that what they say to the child, what they do to the child, what they do and say around the child actually doesn't have an effect on the child at all. That they can do and say things around the child without no consequence for the child. They do not regard children as individual people who develop their own perception and experience of things. Like the kid is blank, like an automaton or something. That's what a lot of Black mothers, single mothers, think about their kids. That they don't take into consideration that the child is a developing, separate individual human being with the capacity to perceive and the capacity to make judgments, even if they don't express those judgments about what's going on, about their environment and the people in it and the experiences that they are having, which are a lot of times contrary to the experience that the single mother thinks the child is having, okay, or projects that the child should be having, okay? They only think of children as living objects that the woman owns, that she can do with as she pleases. This is a lot of times when you hear the reasoning for a lot of single Black mothers saying why they wanted to be single mothers, because I want to raise a child how I want to. That got a lot of implications into it. That is not an innocent statement. That is a statement laced with a lot of negativity and a lot of demon time and a lot of danger and a lot of abuse. I want to do what I want to do with this child, and I don't want nobody coming in to check me on how I'm interacting with this child. I want to be able to do whatever I perceive that I want to do with this child without nobody checking me. and without nobody setting a boundary that I'm not gonna set. Right? This is the precise reason why they don't like fathers around, because a father is actually gonna prevent them from abusing or otherwise engaging in inappropriate behavior with these children, which they like to do. They twerk on them. They have sexual inappropriate moments with the kid. They do stuff like this, make up the kid. She's gonna expect this little boy to grow up without any identity issues. She's going to expect this boy to grow up without any issues with his sexuality, without any issues surrounding his masculinity. She's going to expect this little boy to grow up without any psychological drawback from this type of behavior, because they think that what they do don't have no consequences. They do stuff in a vacuum. And because they want to do it, that's all the justification that she needs in order to do what she want to do. Well, I wanted to do it, so that makes it okay for her to do that. That's excusable because she wanted to do it. And that should be enough. So from the level of comfortability that this woman displayed, she looks like she do this type of stuff often, holding him as a captive audience and then pretending that he enjoys this, or what's even more likely is that she does it so much that it's normalized to him and a part of him does enjoy it, just like any other kind of abuse. If you do it to a child long enough, the child will come to identify with that abuse and with the abusers, called Stockholm Syndrome. And they will start to enjoy. Some part of them will still hate it, but some part of them will enjoy or look for this type of abuse.
I have to agree on that one. But shout out to Drunk. What's going on, bro? Drunk said he don't believe that shit. He said he think that these motherfuckers be knowing, they just be making excuses like they don't know. They know. But no, in some ways, these motherfuckers don't be knowing. Hold on a second. Yeah. Trying to get that. Okay. Yeah, Drunk said he don't believe that. He said he disagree. He said these women they just don't care. Well, a lot of them don't care. You absolutely, bro, you absolutely right. They do know and just don't care. But it's a lot of them. You'll be surprised. They really truly don't understand and don't know. You know what I'm saying? They doing whatever society basically is promoting them to do. Because you gotta understand, we talking about this is not just one, this is not just the first generation. We are like what 3 or 4 generations in what lost women. Lost young women at that. And they mindset is not of how Generation X look at life, because we know better. Baby boomers, we know better. But Generation Z and some of the wise don't know shit. And they out here doing things that's out of the unordinary that we're not used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, we could sit up there and see Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union fucked up ass basically pushing the issue of turning his son into a little ferry boat.
Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm. We say what's the phrase? Hurt people hurt people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the way this whole situation is set up, it's about no accountability whatsoever when it comes down to raising your children. Because now to the point where a 6-year-old child, they can put in the 6-year-old child head and say, "You want your ding ding cut off?" And he gonna say, "Yeah," because he gonna think that's in his best interest. You know what I'm saying? Because mama says it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get my ding ding cut off. And then when I get my ding ding cut off, then that's when they're gonna really go full throttle and make them out to be a little Skittles child. But the way I see all this, and this is the way I feel about it, I would love to see this planet in a lot of ways basically destroy its young and bring in some new stuff. Just basically do a big ass cleansing cycle in this country. Literally. Do a big cleanse through this motherfucker. Because we are in a state of emergency when it comes down to stupidity and envy and ignorance and all type of shit.
For
That's
real.
why I'm in the situation I'm in as far as relationships is concerned and things of that nature. It's because I can't go along with this new generation shit. And I'm not trying to go along with this new generation shit. I'm not gonna fake funk with no damn body. I'm not gonna sit up there and put on no eyelashes, hair hat, and pumps and sit around there and prance around the house and let my girlfriend take me for Facebook like a bunch of these yuppies be doing. Cause that's all they want. Cause a lot of times these females nowadays, they want guys that feel the same way they feel. When you say drunk, he said, I always tell people America was built for a good time, not a long time. I can smoke a bag of that. I can smoke a bag of that.
That real talk though.
But one thing for certain, the way how this whole thing is basically presented is all about depopulation control. It's about how they want to get people up out of here. Not just black people, but white people too. Because you got white people that living in this country that doesn't go along with white supremacy like that. So they feel like they need to get up out of here too. See, it used to be back in the days, it was just, just straight up black people they was going after. No, they going after everybody.
They don't care no more.
They damn sure don't. That's the reason why they coming at you with the jabby jab. And then they give you all these jabby jabs because they say the one ain't doing good enough, give you another one. If that ain't doing good enough, give you another one. And then if that one ain't doing good enough, we're going to give you the booster. What's the definition of booster? It's a pick-me-up. Put more thrust in the system. Get it working real good so that way it can go ahead and get you up out of here. Because it ain't working fast enough. You ain't dying fast enough.
Boost the process so you dying faster. That's what they gonna give to you.
Exactly. It's a boost. It's to speed up the process. Speed up the process.
Now, go ahead.
No, I was just saying people sit around there and glorify this shit. I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna get my booster because you know what I'm saying. They say I need to get that booster because it helps out a whole lot and really get the ball rolling. I said he sure the fuck do. It get the ball rolling, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it get the ball rolling, goddamn. But not the way you gonna look at it.
It definitely was rolling.
I mean, but it's just, man, it's crazy to even see something like that. That's basically child abuse for that woman doing that child like that. And where's the father at? Where is this little boy's father at?
Like all the rest, nowhere around.
Because I bet you, because average motherfucker went over her house and choked her ass out on camera. Why she on camera? In front of everybody. You trying to kill, you basically abusing my son. And I would raise Cain. I would go to the courts on her motherfucking ass. And tell them motherfuckers. But but even when you do that, the first thing they gonna say, they still ain't that they don't see nothing wrong with that. But let you do it, it's a problem. It's a setup. It's a setup. They're not really going by any laws that they basically put in here in Western society.
None.
It's only designed for certain people.
That's it. That's it. Because we just said that though, you know what I'm saying? They ain't going by the law because, you know what I'm saying, in the Constitution, like we were talking about earlier, they had, you know what I'm saying, the freedom of speech. But now you get on there, you say certain things, they want to flag you. They want to throw you in Facebook jail for 30 days. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to tell you, I know, I'm a repeat offender on that.
Oh yeah. I was already bad news bears when it come down to Facebook, because like I said, when I said what I said about the situation with Mike Brown back here when I was in St. Louis, when they was getting ready to go, getting ready to go ham and eggs with the Ferguson Police Department, and it was smoke going in, and you know what I'm saying, and I said some shit how I felt about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
They fucked around and blocked my ass and told me the only way I could come back on Facebook, I have to give up my government name. I couldn't be DJ Mixmaster Chaos anymore.
Yeah, they want to investigate to it. That's what that was.
Yeah, they want to see what was my motive about. Why was I feeling the way I was feeling?
Yeah, they want to pull your file. See, that's another reason why I like, man, technology is what they get. Matter of fact, I'm glad we're talking about technology, right? Do you remember this movie called Demon Seed that came out in 1977?
Demon Seed? No, I don't think I remember. Mm-mm.
Okay, well, the synopsis of the movie was about this technology. A doctor named Dr. Alexa Harris. Keep that in mind. I'm going to bring that back to you to today's thing. Dr. Alexa Harris, he was a doctor and he's a scientist. He had a wife. But he's trying to come up with a quantum physics machine, computer, that will help, you know what I'm saying, solve some of the problems they had on quantum, which was polio at the time frame, trying to cure polio.
Mm-hmm.
So once he got the machine up, he installed the system into his house. And so the machine started to learn about the environment that it was in. This is the early stages of quantum, you know what I'm saying, quantum physics, quantum computer. This is what the start of this was. Now, in the movie, the system starts to want the man's wife. And it actually, you know what I'm saying, sets it up to it impregnates her, you know what I'm saying, that it has half cyborg and half, you know what I'm saying, human offspring, which is the demon seed.
Okay.
So the technology had gotten to the point where it had created a sentient conscience, where it was now self-thinking. Now let's go back, you know what I'm saying, to that name, Dr. Alexa Harris. Alex Harris, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is where the founders of Alexa came up with the idea of making Alexa run the household for you. Alexa, turn on music. Alexa, turn off the light. Because it was based off Dr. Alex Harris's theory music of demon seed, of where this same central quantum computer had started to think for itself and took over the house, running. And it took on a conscience saying, I want to now be the same as them. So I'm taking the man woman. And so Alexa got stuff in. Now, if you do something, you'll have to tell Alexa, play it back such and such day. Alexa's going to say what you said, and any mosquitoes in the background making noise, going to pull them up too. So if you do something, and you have to have something going on at your spot, people, and the cops have to break in, and they see you got there, guess what they're going to go do? They're going to question you about something, and then they say, well, you was here at the house, okay. They're going to go to Alexa, such and such day, play that. You go on, dog. Because, see, the privacy that you used to have that you defend by yourself, now you gave up those freedoms for your so-called security.
Right.
But that's technology, though. But that's where I wanted to break that in. When you said technology, I had to throw that in.
Well, everything basically is going to be automated. And it's going to be automated. They're going to make you feel like it's something, it's a good thing. But in reality, it's basically being in control of your life. Everything.
I don't want no demon seed in my life, dog. You heard? I don't need that. I done had enough hell and demons running, you know what I'm saying, since I've been a little up to now, you know what I'm saying? So I done seen the rough side of life. I done seen the hellish side. I don't want that. They can have.
But see, they ain't really worried about me and you and people that's on our level. They worried about this new generation. Because, you know, even back in the days, people had common sense to know how to deal with things before they happen. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, we don't even think about nothing. We just do it. Because I'm going to show you something. You know, I've been talking about the weather, in Dallas, Fort Worth. We had the ice storm out there in Dallas.
Yeah.
I want to show you a video that somebody had, what I'm saying, all these wrecks and stuff in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. And you tell me where people's minds be at when it come down to using common sense, when it come down even with weather conditions.
Yikes.
That's the case. That was the case in Dallas. Thank God I missed all that good old fun.
Mm-hmm.
But that just goes to show you. I mean, common sense ain't coming no more because you see the weather looking like that, man. When you see shit fall, the whole situation, man. We got too much good technology out here for you not to know about situations like that, bro.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the? But enough of that goof ass shit. But did you hear about the Chinese balloon?
I saw it on YouTube, but I didn't go click on it and get into exactly what was going on with it as of right now, though. But yeah, I was
I got the video.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I got the video right here. Let's see what they say. Because I mean, I'm gonna tell you my take on this shit.
What's going on in the skies over of Montana? I'm talking about the discovery of a giant balloon visible from the ground that has quickly turned into a national security concern tied to China. That's because Pentagon officials say they are convinced that this thing on your screen is part of a Chinese spy operation. China, for its part, neither confirming or denying, saying they're going to look into it. This is happening, by the way, the timing is interesting, just before Secretary of State Antony Blinken plans to visit Beijing. Senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge is in Washington for us. Catherine, good morning.
Good morning, Tony. This balloon was spotted over Montana this week, and the Pentagon has been tracking it floating at 66,000 feet above the U.S. and Canada for a couple of days now. There are nuclear missile silos in Montana, and while there's been a bipartisan outcry to counter any threat from this balloon, officials say for now they plan to let it be.
Well, what the heck is that?
As the silvery orb hovered over Montana, air traffic temporarily shut down and fighter jets scrambled.
What's the ground stop for?
Some special air mission, that's really all we know.
According to a senior defense official, the suspected Chinese spy balloon was spotted over Billings, Montana on Wednesday. It flew from Alaska's Aleutian Islands through Canada and into Montana. Defense Secretary Austin, traveling in the Philippines Wednesday, convened senior defense leadership.
Secretary Galvez, thanks for a very productive meeting.
The chairman of the Joint Chiefs recommended against military action, and the Pentagon decided against shooting down the balloon because of the danger posed by falling debris.
The balloon is currently traveling at an altitude well above commercial air traffic. It does not present a military or physical threat.
If it were a threat, I have every confidence that we would have already dealt with it by now.
Former senior intelligence official Dale Meyerrose said the Chinese have launched similar operations before.
So was this an intelligence gathering operation?
It's more intelligence about how we think, how we react, rather than picking up locations or activity on the ground.
The spy balloon discovery comes just ahead of next week's meeting between U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and China's president.
I find the timing interesting. I can't help but think that this was a deliberate action on our part. And we believe that it provides us with some sort of talking point leverage or advantage, either in the ongoing talks or the ones that are upcoming.
Meyerrose told us these things happen often, but they are rarely confirmed by the U.S. government. This morning, Chinese officials called the claims of a spy balloon hype until the facts are clear, Tony.
All right, so Catherine, they're not shooting it down as of yet. What might they do going forward?
Well, a short time ago, Tony, a U.S. official told CBS News that there are a number of options. They could try and jam the signals that it's sending back to the Chinese military.
Is it what year is this, bro? Darprin. What fucking year is this?
Well, they said it just turned, 2023.
Then why are these motherfuckers talking like it's 1978?
Everybody dumb down. They supposed to eat it up.
Because the last time I checked, that's that same shit they did with 9/11 back here. With all the technology this country got, you can say some goof ass shit on social media. They block your ass. Don't even blink. Don't even think twice. They ain't got to go call the Pentagon. They ain't got to call the President of the United States. They already know where you at because you got a locationer on your phone. They just go ahead and deal with your ass. Now here's a so-called Chinese balloon flying over, and they let this motherfucker just make his 6,000-mile travel from China over into Alaska, all the way down the Canadian coastline, all the way into Montana, and then all the way to North Carolina.
China ain't had a damn thing to do with nothing, bro.
That's the reason why I said that I cannot be worried and bothered with none of this shit no more, because I know what I've already predicted. February 13th, we finna see something is about to go down on the 13th of February. I don't know what it is, but it's not gonna be. It's gonna be something not nice. You can bet you about $1 when it happened. Because everybody was texting, was inboxing me like, "What's supposed to happen on the 13th? What's supposed to happen on the 13th?" I just said, "Just sit back and watch. Just sit back and watch." This shit's starting to be predictable now. Back in the days, it was unpredictable. Now it's very predictable now. But you got to come from a conscious standpoint. But if you unconscious, you ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna be able to get it. So, but like I say, that was the biggest dog bone. They could have just kept that shit.
Yeah,
like, you know, that's just like when we watched Gilligan's Island back in the days. You see all these people that came to the island, and everybody like, we finna get there, and Gilligan and Skipper and Marianne and Ginger and the professor and the Howells, they all said, we finna get rescued because we done got us a ride back to America. And they never get off the island.
Never got back there.
And of course, because that was a TV show, it was a sitcom. They wasn't trying to get off the island. They got to get 93 more fucking episodes. They got to get all 93 episodes in before they go ahead and then the last episode they didn't get off the island. They had to get off the island, do a movie.
Through a movie.
So I mean, either way it go, all this shit is funny to me. I seen people that made jokes about it. I made a joke about it. Did you see my joke?
I didn't see it.
I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Hold on. Let me find it. Let me see. Let me find it. But it was a picture that I got from off of somebody's off of one of them internet heads page. It was funny to me. I'm gonna post it up here in a minute. I had to send it over. I'm gonna show you this shit. It was fun, kind of funny to me. I see people didn't laugh at it as much because, of course, it's Zaddy Joe. The picture of Zaddy Joe. We love, they love Zaddy Joe.
Yeah. What?
You can't be talking about Zaddy Joe. Huh?
Always something. I say, yeah, but they do.
We can't talk about, they said we can't be talking about Zaddy Joe. Zaddy Joe is not our enemy. They said Trump was our enemy. Tell you folks, I don't hear that shit about no goddamn Trump. Fuck all them goofy fuck. But here you go. There's a picture here.
Yeah.
Sleepy, that's what balloon they really seen. The Sleepy Joe, the Sleepy Joe balloon.
Like I say, all the same on me.
That's what I'm saying. All that shit is a goddamn joke. All of it is a joke. But only thing I can say, man, we need to really get our shit together and fast. For it's too damn late. Do you think we got a chance, bro? Well, think our women got a chance?
Everybody ain't gonna wake up. Men and women, everybody ain't gonna wake up. Just said a remnant. So that's a small select few.
Yeah, I can smoke a bag of that, but it's just like, man, we in February now. This is I'm about to say Father's Day. This is Black History Month. So we gotta give up. We gotta pay our respects to the fallen soldiers that they gave us.
Well, like that's such a slap. Right?
Oh
I
yeah.
had that on. Yeah, I had that on my story. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they say they tell you, okay, this much y'all talk about yourself. And what about the rest of the year? What's going on then? We shooting you down, you know what I'm saying, beating you down, and all that. Dog. Like I say, you know what I'm saying? It's just gotta study to show yourself approved, being a good workman.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what.
It really
So,
don't
like I
matter
say,
anymore.
it don't.
It don't matter no more. Because I mean, like I said, I've always tried to figure out why I had a dream so important.
So you what's the white guy name? Or that he's dead though, but he said you had to be asleep, you know what I'm saying, to believe it. I can't remember the name though, but he's a white guy.
Oh, talking about the comedian, George
Yeah.
Carlin?
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah. They couldn't stand him. Even though he was saying that shit through comedy for him, but he was serious.
Yeah, he's serious. That's why they
But
glad he ain't around no more.
Yeah, George Carlin was he basically worked it with Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney. He worked it with a whole lot of black comedians. And one thing about it, he really didn't see himself as what most white people usually see themselves as. He basically was telling like it was TIT is, because he also was a radio announcer. He used to work at a radio station in Shreveport. Matter of fact, he got locked up in Shreveport too. I think him and some Caucasian dude or some Caucasian cop got into it when he was up there when he was staying in Shreveport because he brought it up on a show back here before he passed. But he talks about some real stuff, and I've seen people talking, making people was posting certain skits of what he was saying on his comedy show, and I seen some white people was like who the fuck was listening to? You got to be a real idiot to be listening to him because he ain't nothing but a damn comedian.
That's the thing about it is comedians get your ear in a different way than anything else will. Because they're making you laugh, it opens you up.
Yeah, but see, even when they make you laugh when he say what he say, it also make you think later on down in the process.
That's why I say it grabs your ear.
Mm-hmm. It make you think because you like, damn. You like, this motherfucker saying he said some real shit, and then not to mention something might happen in your life that he probably been and brought something to your mindset, and then you like, damn, George Carlin show just said that shit,
Mm-hmm.
But God rest his dead, that brother, I mean, that guy there, man, he was one of my favorite Caucasian comedians, besides like Jim Carrey and Rodney Dangerfield, and there's many others out there, but I can't think right now because my mind is getting tired and getting drained out. Shit, because let's see, we done went an hour and 20 minutes into Pizzank tonight.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't pretty much cover pretty much all we need to cover. Let me see. Do I need to say anything about something else? Oh, I was gonna say if you get a chance, if you don't forget about it tonight, go on YouTube and pull up PBS Fight the Power hip hop things on there. KRS-One and all them talking about the hip hop, 50-year anniversary of hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked at that earlier this afternoon. It's pretty good. They got a couple of parts in it too. I got to see the other part. I was on the first episode of it. But they just basically talked about how hip hop started and stuff like that in the Bronx in New York, and talk about graffiti art, dancing, and DJing and rapping and stuff. And they basically was just saying how hip hop basically is the reason for society basically. you know. Yep. So you get a chance, check that shit out. You know what I'm saying? When you get a chance. I guess we can go ahead and get ready to wrap this situation up. But anything else you want to point out before we get up off of here?
Better to show yourself approved. I'm gonna say leave everybody with. Better to show yourself approved.
All day. All right, bro. Well, let's go ahead and end this whole thingy thing shit. And I'll be hollering at you later or whatever.
That's what's happening, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably get back at you tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? By the time you get back up, check, see where you pick.
All right, that'll work.
All right, then. Peace, bro. Peace, peace.
All right, peace. All right, that is going to conclude the show for the night. Shout out to you guys that watch, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I used to think people don't be watching us, but it be people be watching us. And a lot of times YouTube be stealing the views because a lot of things that we talk about be against their little community guidelines or whatever the hell that mean. But you know what I'm saying? But shout out to you guys that was listening and watching tonight, especially guys on Facebook and Twitch, you know what I'm saying, as well as YouTube. But anyway, like my brother say, you know, y'all show yourself, you know, study to show yourself approved. And don't be afraid to find out things and learn things, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, it's always good to learn. Always good. Well, that's going to conclude the show tonight, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be safe. Please don't do nothing I wouldn't do. I'll give me some rest. I'm going to my hometown tomorrow. Head out to LA. Most of y'all already know. I go out to the West Coast. That's my head. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Before chaos, signing out. Peace.
Nor can we let the government of America off, because the government of the United States of America has proved to be the worst enemy of black people. So now when it comes time for justice, this is not spoken out of hatred or out of bitterness, but reparations have to be given to black people, even as Jews received reparations from the onslaught of Nazi Germany. And now the Japanese are going to receive reparations for what America did by putting them in concentration camps. What's wrong with the children of slaves? We are here poor, ragged, hungry, naked, and out of doors. Reparations is what we want, and everyone that had a part in our destruction will have a part in paying reparations. I'll be right back.